Up here in the top left in the red, he's down 0-1. He is.
SK Telecom T1 Dream.
Oh, bottom right. Blue.
KT Roster TY.
Did I intro Dream or did you?
I entered Dream.
Okay, I'm crazy because I was like, wait. I looked over, I'm like, are you going to do that? Because I thought I introed.
Oh my God.
Dream. This is really weird.
2-0, go, go.
That rhymes. Wow. Guy's a poet. He didn't even know it.
Oh,
Tasteless
wow.
would have said he wasn't even aware of it. That's what he
Yeah.
would have said.
That's like a Wolf joke, actually.
It's actually a Tasteless joke.
Wolf probably stole that from Tasteless, actually.
absolutely
That's
stole that from
probably
Tasteless.
what actually happened.
Thief. Well, gas first here from Dream. Looking to steal a win out of TY's hands.
And look at TY. No gas, no barracks. We're going to see CC first.
Wowzers. Did not expect.
Did not expect at all.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is interesting. I mean, he's up a game. Maybe you say in TY's mind, oh, I can take a bit of a risk here. If I can get away with the CC first, I will definitely be ahead going into the mid-game. But, of course, deflecting the early stuff that Dream's going to have thrown at him with that gas first is going to be the hard part of the game.
It certainly is. We'll see exactly how he wants to go about defending against this. I would imagine he's going to rush up to a factory in a starport and just try to, you know, make some Vikings, maybe some Hellions out there, a Widow Mine. Gone are the days of CC first into multiple barracks. That didn't even really work back when it worked, to be honest. And now it's just kind of up to Dream to kind of execute his build and get in the requisite damage to actually have a place in this game, because CC first, man, is going to give a sick economic advantage if you do no damage with quick tech.
First thing Dream is going to do is scout the bottom of his ramp, his expo here. Doesn't see much. And he's taking a second gas, which leads me to believe Banshees are going to be on the way.
Be quite surprised if it was going to be anything else here. But, you know, teching up to those Banshees real quick. I would imagine with TY's build, part of the build order is an engineering bay. I would imagine. Because otherwise the Banshees can just absolutely tear him apart.
Yeah, it would be incredibly hard to just try to survive on scans alone. You know, you will have that extra CC, I guess, but
yeah,
it's quite greedy to actually just try to go for this kind of build and not go for an engineering base. So I definitely do agree with you. Still waiting to see exactly how this build is going to flesh out. He does make the factory, and he does have the bunker at the front. You know, pretty standard safe play after going for the CC first. But exactly where does he tech from here, and does he go for that engineering bay is a question.
What's that SCV doing up there exactly? Up at the top of the map.
Just chilling, man.
What's he doing? He's just chilling right there? It's like, okay, I want to just chill right here. Huh. I do wonder about that.
Well, it does seem like he's on the move now.
All right, all right. I was getting worried because that's like a common proxy location, but like to go CC first into proxy anything doesn't make sense. So I was a little bit worried. I'm like, is he going to proxy his starport and try to, like, I don't even know, like, what would that be? But he is making his starport at home.
Proxy Vikings for some harass. You drop them down in the mineral lines. It's a new build. Then you just get wrecked at home.
You're in a base straight with 2 Vikings. You're like, well, if he lifts off, I can kill him, right? So
yeah.
All right, so that was actually a fantastic scout right there. He saw a Banshee and a Widow Mine. That couldn't have told him more. And in fact, we have a Raven on the way, which is the worst thing that Dream could... Well, not the worst thing. Ravens can be used in attacks as well, but for defensive purposes, completely useless.
Yeah. And just like fleshing out the entirety of what that SCV was actually doing, it was actually super smart. It was just like in the way that Yomo was hiding that probe.
Yes.
He was just going to try to go for a late scout. And he gets a lot of information out of it. It's so, so smart.
Yeah, I really like it as well. Definitely have to agree with you on that. Well, the cloak is done. Banshee already got a kill there. See how much he can get. Does know that Widow Mine is there.
Yeah. He's now playing. Viking about to pop out here. 2 SCVs do go down. But now with the Viking out,
Another one does go down. So, I mean, he is doing a reasonable job so far with this Banshee, having 4 kills on it.
And TY going straight into Banshees with Cloak in the face of Dream. He's not even scared to show that to him.
Now, having already killed 4 SCVs and done a scan and it's still alive, that's really, really nice. But TY can actually, like, lose a little bit more of SCVs and use scans a little bit more than, like, a normal build because he did go Command Center first, so that's something to take into consideration. But, oh, wow, 7 kills. That's a lot of kills.
Yeah. Now we got a decent push coming across the map. Remember, there is a Widowmine somewhere here in this push. He does have a tank and a Banshee and 9 Marines.
Does deal some damage there to that Widowmine. Banshee going to come over and take the alley-oop.
That could actually be some pretty important damage on the Widowmine. It's going to make it a lot, you know, it's going to have to be a lot safer with its burrow. If it goes too far ahead, can definitely die before it gets fully burrowed.
Well, right now he is sieging up, trying to do a little bit of a push, but with the siege tank on the high ground in the bunker, I don't think any damage is really going to be done. And Dream going to just go ahead, take his command center. He's only 3 SCVs down right now. Of course, there were the extra mules from TY as well, so...
But again, some of those went into scans.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not like Cloak Banshees are something you'll never use again. He could use them later on in the game. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
But right now he is switching into that bio play.
Now, TY, he had a decently recent game against a B-teamer from Samsung Galaxy Con named Guilty. I don't know if you saw that game.
It was on this map.
It was on this map, and that's why I bring it up. I feel like Dream could possibly be a better opponent here. The game was very, very back and forth, and even with Guilty messing up a bit of his macro back at home, he was still able to take the win over TY. I feel like Dream, if he had watched that match, he definitely wants to put on the pressure. And that's why I feel like he is going for a bit of this style where he's making a lot of bans. He's just being very annoying.
Yeah.
Putting on the pressure. This tank is going to get caught out.
Nice catch there with the Banshee. Yeah, that's a dead tank right there. In the meantime, we do have this siege up at the back of Dream's natural, so that's definitely going to do a bit of damage. That's a very annoying move that you can do.
This is like TY's signature move on this map as well. He loves to do this.
He actually does stuff like that more than anyone, even against like Protoss players. Remember that game on Outboxer you cast a long time ago? Probably not, but I do.
That was like a long time ago, Outboxer.
It's a lot easier, actually, to remember games that you watch than you cast. A fact I know.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Oh, wow. That's a funny place for a mule.
Well, it seems like Dream's going to try to come from behind to clean this up. TY, he does have 7 Vikings right now.
Those are some good Seeker missiles right there. Look at that. Good split as well. Now, we do have this army coming up from Dream, and, well, there's no escape back here, guys. You're going down. In the meantime, he is chasing down this Banshee.
The tanks of Dream not fighting. Actually, not fighting with his entire army, so he's actually going to lose that. And he's going to lose the fight. And here, those auto turrets and the Vikings on the ground actually doing a decent amount of damage in the main.
That is a very creative and cool harassment that we're actually watching right here. We'll lift up and kill off this Banshee, in fact, with that scan.
Oh.
I really like that. That was... I mean, he made them best out of that, considering he was chased back with units that he absolutely could not stop.
He's done a considerable amount of economic damage. If you look at the SCV count, down 16 is Dream right now. He also forced a lot of lost mining time at the natural and the main. Losing a lot of gas mining. We do see 4 SCVs in the gas now for Dream at the natural. Kind of messing that up a bit in the heat of the moment as well. So TY, with that pressure, actually putting Dream on the back foot.
Yeah, absolutely the case here. Dream going to go ahead, add some barracks, get his production up a little bit more here. What is TY's plan, though? Is he going to go for a third base? Based on that sensor tower, that makes me think, yeah, well, I guess he already has that third command center anyways, but he's going to go ahead, drop it down right now, get that economy building up a little bit more. He even does have the double E-bays. A little bit behind on those upgrades, though, so definitely still a window here for Dream to get damage done.
Yeah. Seems like the first order of business for Dream to try to come back in this game is go for a double drop, heading towards the third base location rather than going around the right side towards the main. These Vikings come in, possibly for a scout. I don't think 2 Vikings that are going to drop down are going to get much damage at all.
Not likely. Looks like he is waiting for, you know, when you're the aggressive player, a lot of times you're going to build your command center out at that third, so that might be what that guy's waiting for. The SCV to come up so he can get a cancel perhaps, or delay it. Now he does drop out. He's trying to hit this third base. Siege Tank's already in place here for TY. TY with a pretty decent supply lead here. Mostly based on SCVs, so not something that has to be 100% worrying to Dream at the moment. But it's going to be hard for him to get real damage done right now.
Yeah. Just having a bunch of tanks over there, unless Dream heavily commits to that, which it looks like he possibly will go for. We do have 4 medevacs loading up here. Got 4 tanks in there as well as a bunch of Marines. Here's that Viking. It will get cleaned up.
Doesn't look right that Marine can kill that huge mechanical Viking, right?
Yeah, well, had a lot of bruises.
Yeah, it was definitely in rough shape. All right, here we go. We actually have quite a big drop coming in here now. Is he going to try to drop on this base, or is he going to fly past? I believe he's going for the main.
We're going to have to see. I mean, if he tries to drop in here, I'm not sure how well it's going to do. He drops only 2 Marines, and here we go, straight in the main. Immediately, the SCVs are pulled.
Yeah, the SCV's already underneath here. The Marines stemming in. Siege Tanks from the bottom, and it looks like TY should defend this without any problem whatsoever.
Oh, that got swept up under the rug, man. That was totally cleaned up. Did barely no damage.
Yeah, I mean, he lost a decent amount of SCVs, but he still has more than his opponent. He still has 3 bases and more command centers. Stims in here, going to clean up even more, pick off some of these medevacs on their way out. Nice, nice defense here by TY.
Now he has that third base. He has a stronger army. He's even got that +2 ahead of Dream as well. Things are looking quite good here for TY.
Yeah, can he parlay this into a victory, though? Starting to move out. He definitely has control. You know, I think the big thing here is the fact that he has 8 Siege Tanks against, like, 2. And Siege Tanks in bio tank versus bio tank, it's really, you know, sometimes the bio is the tipping factor, but more often than not, it's like, oh, wow, you have 8 Siege Tanks against 2? Yeah. I guess that I just can't do a real engagement.
What about Artosis when you have more of both? What happens
well,
then?
That's probably the best of all, right? And I guess that is the case, is what you're trying to point out to me here.
Yeah, well, Dream is going to try to go for another drop.
Hey, this might turn into a base trade scenario.
TY definitely does have the bigger army out on the map.
Oh, this flight through this missile turret. Some Marines are here to greet him. This drop's still going to do some significant damage, that's for sure. Killing off quite a few SCVs. All these mules being pulled as well. Does stim into the natural. Should be able to break through. But a nice defense at the top of the ramp from Dream. He just needs to be as cost-efficient as he can against this.
Yeah, that was a nice shot on a lot of those Marines of TY, actually. Taking out a bit of them. Going to really take away a bit of that force. And now we have a bit of a drop in the back at the same time. TY has seized this ramp, but at the same time, his main base is being ravaged by Dream.
It certainly is. Dream doing a lot of damage up there. But a bigger army overall for TY right now. I really like that drop in the back. He had to pull some of his army back, so it was easy for TY to get the ramp. He's on top of the production. I guess that can be said for Dream as well, but if you look at the supplies, definitely in TY's favor.
Yep, now they do. We do see more SCVs pulled by TY, in fact. He may even be able to clean this up. He just has enough. He sacrifices a lot of SCVs, but it doesn't matter. That's a game-winning move. Dream's going to try to do the same thing, but so many tanks here for TY.
And that is what we call carnage. GG, TY absolutely crushing out of this group in first place.
Yep, kind of what we expected. Yeah, honestly, I mean, this guy is so good in TvT. Crushes both Bomber and Dream, both Terrans. Easy peasy cleanup, 2-0.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how well TY can actually do this season. This guy really was a formidable beast in StarCraft 1. And he's done quite well so far in StarCraft 2, but he hasn't done the level that would show StarCraft 2 fans what he was in StarCraft 1. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how well he can do this season. Like, this is a guy that, based on StarCraft 1 skill, if he got top 4 any time, you'd never be surprised.
I mean, this guy at the beginning of last year's Pro League, he went 7-0.
Wow.
7-0.
Wow.
He was looking in such great shape. Everybody was like, he's back. This is TY. This is the TY we were waiting for. And he kind of dropped off. Is this his time, you know, in the beginning of this year as well, to just turn the Jets on again?
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, Exciting stuff, but Dream will be awaiting the winner of Bomber versus Younghwa. That'll be next. But first, we're going to have a winner's interview, of course. That's what we always do here.
That's
so
the
we'll
way
get
it
into that
works.
in a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be pretty fun. I'm actually very excited for Bomber going up against Younghwa. I think Bomber's style is... It's really interesting. I guess we'll talk more about that in a minute because I'm sure the TY interview is about to start. But that's actually a really interesting matchup coming up.
Yeah, I feel like it could go either way. I do feel like Bomber kind of plays, at least the last time I saw him, he kind of plays similarly to Dream, where he likes to do those SCV pulls. I mean, he was one of the Terrans that went for that a lot early on. So kind of made that style pretty popular as well. But we're going to have to wait and see. We're going to go into this interview first.
바로 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Congratulations, TY.
지난 31강 도전과는 정말 정반대의 아주 멋진 모습으로 돌아왔습니다. 16강 진출 소감 어떠세요?
You look a lot different from last season. How do you feel now that you made it to that round of 16?
이번에도 조편성을 보고 좀 힘들겠다 했는데 이렇게 열심히 연습한 만큼
Yeah, I don't even
성과가 나오는
remember
것
last time I went to the round of 16. Maybe I never
경기마다
even made it.
정말 깔끔한
I
공격이었습니다.
have a lot of motivation right now, and I practiced really hard. I
굉장히
wanted to
자신감이
get
요즘
this
넘칠
round
것
of
같은데
16 very
어떠세요?
badly.
경기 잘 되세요?
최근에 프로리그에서
Seems like you played very cleanly and confidently
해가지고
today.
굉장히 좀 많이 좀 상처도 많이 받고
네.
굉장히 좀
Recently in
풀수가
Pro League, I went
있어가지고
0-3.
이번에도 좀 힘들 거라 생각했는데 이렇게 올라가게 돼서 너무 기뻐요.
It kind of
그
decreased my
프로리그에서의
confidence.
부진이 믿어지지가 않는
But I
경기력이었는데
got out of this group in
사실
first place, and
WCS
I'm going to be
통계로만
way
봐도
more
테란전
confident in the
승률이
future.
굉장히 낮았습니다. 오늘 어떻게 준비를 하신 건가요?
사실 제가 좀 방송 경기에서는 테란전 승률이
Your
좋지
win rate
않은데
against TvT is
그
actually
레더
kind of poor.
통계를 보면은 전적 통계를 보면
I know
테란전하고
that my win
저거는
rate
거의
in
한 7,
TvT
80% 정도
is
유지를
not so
하고
good.
프로토스전이 좀 약하거든요. 그래서
네.
테란전을 방송에서는 좀 약하다고 했지만 저는 제
But
스스로를 믿고
personally,
있었기 때문에
네.
충분히 이길 수 있다고 생각했어요.
그랬군요. 자, 오늘 황영재 해설 질문
When
바로
I practice, I
들어보도록
know what my win
하겠습니다.
rate is against Terran, and it's actually pretty good.
감사합니다.
처음 했었던 최희선 선수의 경기에서 생각보다 좀 위기의 순간이
This is the
있었습니다.
first time
순간 이제
for you
업그레이드가
to get to
먼저
that round of 16.
준비하고
Congratulations. I guess that answers TY's question about whether or not he ever has been there before.
끝나나 싶었는데 한번 엇갈린 순간 있었어요. 그때 심정 어땠나요?
사실 첫 번째
There are
경기
some
할
risky
때
moments
계속
for you in this
막기만
match
하면
because of your
이겼다, 이거는
upgrades being
무조건
behind.
이겼다 생각해서 막자는 생각만 했는데 딱 최지 선수가 들어온 순간 생각보다
So I tried to
와, 왜
defend.
이렇게 많아 속으로 이 생각했거든요. 와, 왜 이렇게 많아 해가지고
And
정말
just
이걸
kind of
지나
talking about that
했는데
match against Bomber, there were
다행히
definitely
좀
some very interesting points in that
돌린
match.
게 좀 상대 앞마당을 공격하고 또 제가 좀 업그레이드를 빨리 돌려가지고 업그레이드에서 좀 앞서가지고
He says my double medevac
그
harassment.
다음 경기에서 생각보다
worked
일찍
pretty well.
끝났어요. 이게 이제 빌드의 차이도 조금 생각해 볼 수
And,
있겠는데
tried to
그때 그
upgrade
경기가
very
쉽게
quickly.
끝난 이유가
So that
뭐라고
turned out to be a
생각이
good
드나요?
choice.
사실 좀 제가 마이크로 컨트롤에 좀 자신이 있어가지고 초반 컨싸움에 되게 능하거든요. 그래서
Honestly, I'm
다른
pretty confident
분들이
in my
보면 좀
micro.
뚫기 어려울 거라 생각해도 저는 뚫을 수 있는 자신감이 있어서 이렇게 좀 자신감 있게 플레이했더니 쉽게 이긴 것 같고요. 네, 앞으로도
Maybe
좀
other people think it's
그런
hard for me
부분에서
to
많이
go
좀
into these
지켜봐
engagements,
주셨으면
but I'm
좋겠어요.
confident in
그리고 이제 그
myself.
다음에 다시 한 번 더 조중현 선수가 맞붙었을
So,
때도
watch my micro.
그 전에 있었던 경기에서도 이제 3인열 전장이었는데 의료선이 돌아갔잖아요.
So in your match against
그래서
Dream,
먼저 공격을 당하기 시작했어요.
네네.
네, 그때도 또 이게 또 마음속으로
attacked
좀
you
흔들리지
first.
않았을까 싶었는데 또 경기를 결과적으로 다 가져왔단
and your
말이에요.
medevac
그것도 비슷한 좀 생각이 드나요?
didn't really
사실
make it to
좀
his base very
제가
quickly. I think they're talking about Catalina.
그 의료선을 내리고 없는 걸 확인하고 제 본진에 좀 의료선이 떨어진 순간 이거는
Yeah, you
좋다
actually went
생각하고
towards 6 o'clock,
폰
which is
푼다는
why his
생각을
medevac
이렇게
was so
좀
late.
천천히 침착하게 게임을 했는데 어쩌다 보니까 좀
And he
운
actually
좋게
thought he
이긴 것
was going to
같아요.
lose that, just like we
그리고
thought.
이제 마지막 세트 같은 경우엔 또 이제 경기가 그렇게
he
일방적으로
ended up
흘러간다는
focusing on the
느낌이
game and
빨리
won
들지
anyways.
않았는데 처음에 좀 과감한 빌드를 꺼내들었어요. 오늘 전반적으로 좀 빠르게 먼저 흔들 수 있는 빌드를 꺼내들었다가
you pulled
마지막
out pretty
순간만큼
aggressive
확장을
builds here
가져왔단 말이에요. 특별히 노리는 심리전이 있었나요?
원래
But at the
두
last
번째
moment,
경기에서
you
이렇게
expanded a whole
부유하게 갈
lot.
생각이
What was the reason
없었는데
behind this?
상대 선수가 좀 정찰도 안 하고 좀 너무 자기 플레이만 하는 것 같아가지고
Well, my opponent didn't scout.
보여줘야겠다 생각을 해서 그런 식으로 생각했고요.
He kind of just
첫 번째
does his
벤치를
own
막은
build
순간
orders and
그때는
doesn't care what I'm
게임을
doing.
이겼다고
So
확신을 했어요.
딱 들어보니까
That's time to
원래
abuse.
경기 끝나고 나면 긴장도 하고 해서 이제
And my
자신의
choice to
생각을
expand was
다
really
이렇게
good because
설명하기 좀
Dream
어려운 경우가
doesn't
있는데
scout.
정말 게임 할 때 생각 많이 하고 하는 것 같아요. 정말 두뇌형 플레이 맞나요?
게임 내에서는 생각을
It seems like you think
많이
a lot
안
while
하는
you
편인데
play.
심리적인 부분에서는 굉장히 생각을 많이 해요. 그래서 오늘 경기도 전체적으로 다 심리전에서
I'm not really thinking about strategy while I'm
생각을
playing.
하고
But
다음에
as far as mind
세트전이
games, I
하면은
think about
같은
that a
종족
lot.
싸움이기 때문에 제가 좀 그런 부분에 자신 있어서
So
다음에
next
이길 수
time when I have
있지 않을까
TvT
생각해요.
matches,
네, 전태양 선수의 스마트한 플레이에
I'm still very confident
한국에서도
because I'll have mind
감동을
games.
받으신 것 같은데요. 자, 이번에 전태양 선수를 포함해서 참 실력 있는
And in terms of
테란이다
mind
이렇게
games,
칭찬을
I'm better
드리는
than my
테란들이
opponents.
16강에 이름을 많이 올렸습니다.
Yeah, let's see him
이승현
out
선수,
mind game
조성주
MC.
선수, 다양한 선수들이 있는데 여기서 서열이 지금 어느 정도 되는 것 같으세요, 실력적으로?
So there's a lot of top end
항상
Terran
제가
players in
좀
that
제일
next
잘한다고
round.
생각을
Like Mario
해왔는데 최근에
Innovation.
프로리그를
So rank
이승용
yourself
선수랑
compared to
하면서 이
them.
선수는 아직 뭔가 좀 다르다는 걸 느꼈어요. 그래서
네.
이신영
Recently, I had a
선수가
match against Innovation,
제일 잘한다고 생각하고 나머지
and
테란
I felt like he
선수들은
had a different
다
class.
고만고만한 것 같아요.
그 나머지 선수들은 내가 다 이길 수 있다 자신감이 있으신가요?
So he'd
네,
put
이신영
Innovation
선수하고 저희 팀에
as the best,
이영호 선수
and the other Terrans kind of neck and neck.
근데 이번 GSL에 안타깝게 못 올라왔는데
네.
Flash is a hard player to
두
deal with
선수
too.
빼고는 네,
on
다
his team, of
비슷비슷하다고 생각해요.
이렇게 해서 그럼 3대 테란이네요. 네, 자 이번에 참 기세가 좋습니다. 드디어 이
So
코데스와
aside from
인연이 닿을 것
Innovation
같은
and Flash,
느낌도
all the other
드는데
Terrans are
앞으로의 각오
kind of the same
들어보겠습니다.
as far as their level goes.
항상
Flash fans are freaking out
32강에서
right now.
이끌어졌는데
So, what are your goals for this season?
잡은 만큼 꼭 열심히 해서
I've always been eliminated in the round of 32, but
가전제를
finally
해서
I got to the round of 16.
성장하는 계기가 됐으면 좋겠고 앞으로도 많이 응원해 주셨으면 좋겠어요.
네, 알겠습니다. 첫 16강 진출 다시 한번
Hopefully
축하드립니다.
this will be my chance
감사합니다.
to get
네.
deeper
자, 이렇게
and
오늘 이
show
마지막
great performance for my fans because you can't have an interview without that. Okay. Nice job by TY. Here's our event, guys. You come down to the studio, you get a GSL coin. You make a sign. That's called a cheerful here. And it gets shown on camera. That's 2 coins. You enter those.
And it's so easy to do
Yeah,
as well.
it's so easy.
So easy. Come down, put down Artosis is the best, and you
That's a
should get
great
it
one.
on
It's a
camera.
fantastic sign.
And of course, we have the round of 16 group nomination event. If you guys come down next Wednesday, you can predict the first 4 players who will be picked by the 4 seeded players, or predict the 4 players who will be in the same group, or predict the very last player to be selected. And you could win GSL coins and prize.
Yeah, a mouse, a headset, GSL coins, all sorts of stuff. Aren't you lucky? You should come down during that group selection. So
You definitely should.
all right, our next match is going to be Bomber going up against Younghua, and that will be after this quick commercial break.